Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Thank you for growing. You know, the messages are getting deeper. The messages are getting deeper. I'm learning a lot of stuff that I did not know along this journey. We are on a journey. And I'm learning that Dr. King's dream is my dream. It's our dream as we head on into trying to drive out the hate and evil in this world, coming together as one people. Now I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know that. I knew that we have souls and the souls were energy and different things like that, but you don't really talk all that in Christianity. You're not taught that. So when I talked about that, that's energy. The soul is energy. And just like the energy that's in the house, in that haunted house, it caused that energy is what caused things to move, what caused things to do different things. It's that energy, that causes that to happen. So, the energy that we see, for those of you who have encountered ghosts and spirits, the energy that you see move objects and manifest, that is that evil energy manifesting. But what you don't see is the good energy. You don't see that positive energy because it don't cut up and clown like that. It don't do that. But when it comes to one of its own, it will raise up, like the mighty force that it is, and create something within you that will cause a breakthrough. I'm getting so many testimonies of how, people God done showed up and showed out, and they getting breakthroughs, and how the movement has helped them, how the movement, has shown them different things. God just blessing different things in their life, different ways, not just so much as the blessing that is coming forth, in India, with helping the people with treatments. We treating a young man over there with progeria. So we doing different things all around the world, trying, to show love, because love is an action word. Love is also a verb as well as a noun. Love is an action word. So we need to show love. We need to begin to pray it forward right where you at. Allow God, say, God, allow me, please, Lord. Please order my steps. Lord, refrain my tongue. When I get ready to go there, teach me how to go sit and meditate and think on you, God, and think on some positive way to alleviate this situation and make it better for everyone involved, God. I'm telling you, we got to think of a better way, people. We got to think of a better way in God, because look, what we've been doing, beating our head up against the wall, it ain't working. So now we got to start doing something different. We got to start thinking of a better way in God. How can we go forth? How can we go forth with the Lord on our side to fight this spiritual warfare? We go forth in love. We go forth with forgiveness, in our heart. Releasing all that old stuff, letting go of all that stuff, and just rising in the Lord. Because see, that's what Dr. King wanted us to do. He wanted us to just come together in love. We're going to come together in love, and we're going to push and march for equal rights. And we're going to head on towards genuine equality. That was the last speech that he made, talking about genuine equality. And he had sympathizers on his side. But see, these people couldn't even come forth themselves for fear of retribution from the evil. So they even had to duck and die. So it was just so much that they could do, but they were trying to push the movement through. So here we are right now in God. So we need to carry on their legacy. Carry on that legacy of love, people. They didn't fight and die in vain. Bob Marley didn't sing in vain. He wasn't just singing just to be singing. He was singing love. He was singing lyrics. That's why everybody loved Bob Marley, because he was singing a message. But that's why the evil cut him down. The oppression, the evil cut down that king as he was trying to bring together God's people. He was singing to bring God's people. I'm telling you, they all were. They all were a part of the movement. I'm telling you. So we can't let that fight just be in vain. We got to carry on the Underground Railroad train. Here we go. Here we grow. We growing in God. I'm telling you, honey, it comes. It's poetry, but it's really flowetry. I'm telling you, it just comes and there it is. It's the beloved ancestors. It's the spirits, honey. It's these good spirits that's pushing this message of love through. That's pushing it through for us, to rise as a people. Because I love you. I truly do. I love you. And I want you to look in the mirror and say it to you. Say, I love you too. I love you. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm finna be deep with you for a minute. Right at the end with me and Brian, we was in the store and I saw a beautiful ring, a heart-shaped diamond. And I bought it for myself. I sacrificed and I bought it for myself because I was at the point where I was growing and I was beginning to love me and I was beginning to rise out of the oppression and not allow him to be in control of me. So I bought this beautiful ring and the ring represented me. I love you. That's what it means to me. So in my darkest night, that dark night that I had, I held on to that, because I love you. I do love you. And you don't kill nothing you love. You don't kill nothing you love. You let it go. And if it come back to you, it was really meant for you to have it, but you got to let it go and go forth in God and see what God bring you, because you never know the possibilities. You never know what God may have for you, along this highway of life as we traveling back and forth, get on and getting off on these on ramps and off ramps. Somebody caused a real bad traffic jam in my life, and it devastated me. It left me in such a shape, I thought about killing me, but I got over it. Through God, I overcame. And so here, I'm going to tell you his name, Brian Hunt. And he's on the hunt, honey. He don't like Caucasian women. He only like African women. So I'm going to tell you right now, you better watch out for him, because he's on the hunt, honey. And you see the text message, what he said. He don't care about me. He don't even care that his picture up there. The picture been up there for weeks. He know I got the podcast. He know I'm still talking. He don't care, because the last time I sent some paperwork over there, I threw some cards in there to let him know, hey, you need to be growing. You need to stop doing my sisters like this. I got my sisters calling over here, texting me, crying about how you doing them. You need to stop, because you on the war path. But I'm going to tell you something. Along this righteous path, we're going to come upon the path of realization. And we're going to give Mr. Brian Hunt, some recognition. We going to let him know you ain't finna go around and doing this, bro. It's time to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. He gonna hear my voice, honey, because he used to didn't want to hear me. He used to tell me, shh, shh, shh. That's it. Don't keep talking. He didn't want to hear my mouth. But oh, honey, he getting ready to start growing. He getting ready to reach his greatness in God. He getting ready to stop doing what he doing, because we getting ready to out the narcissist. We getting ready to out this narcissistic behavior. Because you're not getting ready to keep going around doing people like this at the sake of children too, at the sake of a child, and I was ready to just be divorced with him that day. Didn't he really realize, hadn't he? God put the pieces together, honey. God put the pieces together for everything. God put the pieces together for the Grow program. God put the pieces together for me, because I wouldn't even be here. I was a broken puzzle, honey. God pieced me back together and put me back together better than what I looked like 20 years ago, because you wouldn't even believe that was me, honey. If you see me and see the light of God that's in me, then you'll see what God has done for me. You'll see how God has pulled me through, when I was devastated, going through, down and out. And lost, ship lost, down in uncharted water, didn't know where I was going. And I'm going to tell you something about them ships too. I didn't know this by no lighthouse, honey. A lighthouse, you just can't walk up in no lighthouse. Can't know anybody. Now, they got tours and different things, lighthouses. But you can't walk up in no lighthouse. You know why? Because a lighthouse, it shines the light for them ships, telling them ships which way to go, and directing those ships. And see, I didn't even realize this either. I ain't never thought about no lighthouse. Yeah, they pretty sitting on the ocean and everything, but I'm gonna tell you something about a lighthouse, honey. A lighthouse will guide you the way. A lighthouse is the beacon of light that's going to show you, direct you to where to go, to get you back. Because see, you otherwise, if the light go out in the lighthouse, the ship going to be a ship lost in uncharted waters out there. But I'm telling you now, everybody can't go up there and be around up inside the lighthouse. See, so therefore, God had to push all the spiritual warfare away from around me so I can therefore show you the way to get on the path of righteousness and genuine equality, and how we going to reach our greatness in God, how we going to rise up as a people, how we going to do better, a better way of living, a better way of thinking, a better way of acting. So therefore, me as the lighthouse, the beacon of God that's shedding the light on the world, I got to protect my spirit. I got to protect who's around me and who is going to be giving me any kind of wisdom, any kind of thing into my spirituality. So I got to keep it, I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real for real. I mean, I go to the Lord. When I tell you I go to the Lord, I go to the Lord, honey. Now I check in just a couple of other places on Twitter here and there. I check in with a couple of news sources, and I go around and check news sources. I don't just get my different news source from different places. But I tell you something, as I'm praying, I'm seeing miracles be working. I'm seeing different things. I'm seeing things happening as we are growing. As we are growing all over the world. Because look, this movement got started out of a haunted house by me, a scared old country preacher. I'm telling you, I was scared in that house, dealing with them demons. Honey, just, and the countryness, I don't know where it come from, because I'm not from the country. I'm not. Not, and they don't even talk like that where I'm, down in the country where my cousins and them grew, where they grew up at. But it's just how I am, and but I'm here to tell you the word of God. I just break it down to you. I break it down into I'm telling you, to the level that the Spirit bring forth. Because, see, I work with the spirits. I work with the good spirits. The good spirits come forth. And as I'm praying over different things and different situations, I'm seeing, how God is blessing. God is blessing me, honey. I'm telling you, it's abundance of blessing, because I kept my eyes on the prize. And that's what you have to do. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord as you're going about, because your heart is the design for your action. The heart is the architect for your action, and by which you shall be judged in the spirit world. So go forth in God. Don't think about what you used to do, or what you thought about doing yesterday. I'm gonna wait till I think they gone and I go around there. Don't think like that no more. Just start thinking better. We as a people, well, we're royalty, and royalty don't act like that. Royalty, we royal. That's next to God. So we act like godly every day, not just on Sunday. Every day, each day of the week, honey. Just think we act godly every day. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom each day. Each and every day, speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in God because you are a warrior by his spirit. Zechariah 4:6, by his spirit, you are a warrior. Take that Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. Take that Bible and apply it to your life in righteousness. You don't apply it to your life to control somebody. You don't apply it to your life to take people money. You don't apply it to your life just when it's good, or when you, bits and pieces here. You want to do this, you want to do that, because I'm going to tell you something. You can duck down and hide in the church, but you can't duck down and hide from them beloved souls that's waiting, honey. It's some soul catchers that's waiting, for these evil spirits on this world, and we shall be judged by the heart. We shall be judged because God commands us to love, and God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. I'm telling you, we just got to a point where we just got so evil. We really, really have. This it is crazy. It's a spiritual warfare that's going through people that's designed to destroy you. Is what's going on, and a lot of things that are happening. It's injustice. It's a lot of injustice that's going on. A lot of racial injustice. And we need to head on towards righteousness and genuine equality. We have a mass incarceration problem in this country and really in the world, because in a lot of parts of the world, slavery is still going on. And that's really shocking to hear that people are still oppressing other people, instead of helping other people. So what you think, as long as you are here on this earth, oppressing somebody else, gaining wealth, getting over, what do you think's going to happen when you die? You can't take that with you. You cannot take it with you. Your spirit is going to be condemned. Do you want a spirit of condemnation? Or condemnation, or do you want a spirit of love, of giving, and the opportunity to live in glory here and after? Because see, you get to come back. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I saw, because see, that's how I overcame and how I got growth. So here we grow. We growing all over the world because this love finna drive out hate. We finna stop oppressing people. Stop, we need to being accountable to each other, being accountable to one another, lift one another up. Don't be a stumbling block. Don't hold your brother, sister down, because while you holding them down, guess what? You also holding your own self down, because you going to be condemned. You going to be a condemned soul, because you know that what it says in righteousness, don't be a stumbling block. Be here to lift one another up. Be a legend. All legends ain't famous. Be a legend. Think on a legend. Think on a legend in your family. I have some beautiful legends in my family. I have some beautiful legends who crossed my life, who touched me, and have done so much for me just by their actions. The love, love that shows love makes a family. By love is an action word. We got to show action. Even when it comes to these children, these poor babies, who over here starving, ain't got food to eat, ain't got medicines, people are going through and suffering, I'm telling you, it's really getting bad. It's getting bad because the evil is taking over. So we don't want the evil to take over. We don't want the evil in our house. We don't want the evil in our neighborhood. But guess what? If we keep standing by like ships lost in uncharted waters and don't be the change, don't begin to do anything about it, spread love like the great mountain, change begins with you. Just like change began with me when I was prepared. When the police officer shot Jacob Blake, I was prepared to get up. I was prepared to start speaking. I was prepared to tell about Cameron, that attorney general up there. Cameron, whatever his name is. I don't even want to get back on him right now. I'm doing something different. I'm he know what he did. See, and he got to look at himself in the mirror every day. He got to look at himself and the decisions that he makes every day, because I don't care what Tim Scott say. There is a racism problem in the USA. We got a problem over here. And anybody who don't see it got blinders on. Even Tim Scott said himself that the Capitol Police done stopped him many times. On and on. He didn't say it himself. He tired of being stopped by the Capitol Police. You mean to tell me the Capitol Police don't even know who Tim Scott is? Okay, to see, there you go, Tim Scott. But no, we ain't got no problem, no. Okay, well, keep on with them blinders, Tim Scott, while everybody else can see what's going on. I don't know what's happening with this Republican Party over here, but I can tell you what, the party for the people is right here. And that's the Democrats. Those the ones that's showing love for the people. I'm telling you, those the people that are showing love for the people right now. That's what we need, is to show some love. Not show love to the rich, because the rich need to show love. That's what's going to make the world go around. Let's show love. Let's begin to pray it forward, in our actions, because God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that's love. God commands us to love. That comes from the one above. So there you go. Here we grow. Let's keep growing in God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. I love you. I truly do. And as I, tell you this word every day, I do it because I love you. I really don't, I would do it because I know that God would take care of me, but I'm telling you something. Not only has he taken care of me, he's blessed me so abundantly, blessed me in a way that I didn't even see this coming, and I'm so thankful to God, and it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out, the whole beautiful story is going to come out, and we just going to keep growing in God, because anything that doesn't grow, it dies. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. I love you. Let's rise.